I'm holding divorce papers in one hand and a USB drive in the other. One of them is mine. The other was given to me by a woman I'd never met before last Tuesday, a woman who used to be married to the person my husband is sleeping with. And what's on that drive could either set me free or destroy me. I haven't decided yet which one I want more. We looked perfect. That's what everyone said. We had the kind of marriage people put on Christmas cards, a colonial house with blue shutters in a cul-de-sac where kids rode bikes until dark. My husband, Jeff, was a regional manager for a pharmaceutical company. I worked part-time as a dental hygienist. We had a daughter, Emma, who just turned 9. Soccer on Saturdays, church on Sundays, book club with the neighbors once a month. Jeff was the guy who fixed the fence without being asked, who remembered our anniversary, who'd leave notes in my lunch bag that said things like, "Have a great day, babe." We had date nights. We had inside jokes. I used to brag about him to my friends. I'd say, "I got lucky," and I meant it. We met at a wedding when we were 24. He was the best man, I was a bridesmaid. He made me laugh during the reception. He called me the next day. We were engaged within a year, married 6 months later. People said we moved fast, but it didn't feel fast. It felt right, like everything just clicked. For 14 years, I believed that. I believed we were the exception, the couple that actually made it. I started noticing things changing about 8 months ago. Small things. He'd come home later than usual. He'd say traffic was bad or a meeting ran long. He started going to the gym 5 days a week instead of 3. He bought new cologne, said his old one was discontinued. He'd take calls in the garage, said it was work stuff, too boring to explain. I told myself I was being paranoid. Marriage gets comfortable, people change hobbies, get healthier. I didn't want to be that wife, the one who didn't trust her husband. So I ignored it. Then one night, Emma asked me why Daddy was smiling at his phone so much. She said it in that innocent way kids do. No accusation, just curiosity. And something in me snapped awake. I started paying attention. He'd started tilting his phone away from me when he texted. He'd take his phone into the bathroom. He'd changed his passcode. When I asked him why, he said he did it by accident and couldn't remember the old one. I didn't push. I didn't want to know. Not really. Because once you know, you can't unknow. But then I found the receipt. It was in the pocket of his jacket. I was taking it to the dry cleaner and I just found it. Dinner at a steakhouse downtown. 2 entrees, 2 glasses of wine, a dessert we always shared, chocolate lava cake. Our dessert, on a Thursday night in March when he told me he was working late on a presentation. I sat on the bedroom floor holding that receipt and I couldn't breathe. I kept thinking maybe it was a client dinner, maybe he took a coworker, maybe it's nothing. But my hands were shaking, and I knew. Somewhere deep, I knew. I didn't confront him. I went into our phone bill online. I'm on the account. I have access. There was a number, hundreds of texts, calls, late at night, early in the morning. I didn't recognize it. I copied it into my phone. I stared at it for 3 days before I did anything. Then I texted it. Just one message. "Who is this?" I sent it from my number. I didn't hide. She responded in under a minute. "Who's asking?" I wrote back, "Jeff's wife." 3 dots, then nothing. She blocked me. That's when I knew for sure. That's when the floor fell out. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I went numb. I made dinner. I helped Emma with her homework. I folded laundry. And that night, when Jeff kissed me goodnight, I felt nothing, like I was watching myself from somewhere else, like I wasn't even real anymore. I waited 2 weeks before I did anything. I needed to be sure. I needed to not be crazy. So I hired someone, a private investigator. It felt pathetic, like something from a movie, but I didn't know what else to do. He sent me photos 3 days later. Jeff's car parked outside a townhouse, Jeff walking in with flowers, Jeff leaving the next morning in the same clothes. The investigator said her name was Simone, 32, works in marketing, divorced, no kids. He included her social media profiles. I looked at every picture. She was beautiful, younger than me, thinner. She had the kind of smile that looked effortless. In one photo, she was holding a yoga mat. In another, she was at a winery with friends, laughing. She looked happy, free. I hated her, but I also understood why he chose her. She didn't have spit up on her shirt. She didn't have to worry about picking someone up from soccer practice. She didn't have 14 years of resentment and routine and silence. I made an appointment with a lawyer the next day. I didn't tell anyone, not my mom, not my sister, not my best friend Julie. I just went. I sat in a leather chair in an office that smelled of coffee, and I said the words out loud for the first time. My husband is cheating on me. I want a divorce. The lawyer, a woman named Karen with gray hair and kind eyes, asked me questions. How long? Any proof? Any kids? Any shared assets? I answered like I was filling out a form, mechanical. She said I had a good case. She said we'd start with separation of assets, custody arrangements. She said it would take time, but we'd get through it. I nodded. I signed papers. I wrote a check for the retainer. And then I went to my car and I sat there for 30 minutes, staring at nothing. I didn't want to blow up my life. I didn't want to tell Emma her dad wasn't going to live with us anymore. I didn't want to split holidays. I didn't want to be a divorced single mom at 41. But I also couldn't stay. I couldn't pretend anymore. I couldn't keep lying next to him knowing. So I decided. I was going to tell him that Friday. I was going to sit him down after Emma went to bed, and I was going to say, I know, and I want you to leave. I practiced it in the mirror. I practiced staying calm. I wasn't going to cry. I wasn't going to beg. I was just going to end it. But then, on Wednesday afternoon, someone knocked on my door. I thought it was a delivery. I wasn't expecting anyone. I opened the door and there was a woman standing there. Mid-30s maybe, shoulder-length brown hair, jeans and a black sweater. She looked nervous. She was holding a purse close to her chest like it was a shield. She said, "Are you Melissa?" I said yes. I didn't know who she was. I thought maybe she was selling something, or maybe she was from the HOA. She said, "I'm Rachel. I need to talk to you. It's about your husband." Her voice was quiet, steady, not angry, just tired. I felt my stomach drop. I asked her who she was. She said, "I was married to Simone." I don't remember inviting her in, but suddenly we were both sitting in my living room. She was perched on the edge of the couch. I was across from her in the armchair. Neither of us said anything for a minute. Then she said, "I know what you're going through. I know what it feels like. And I'm not here to make it worse. I'm here because I need you to know something about her, about Simone." I asked her how she knew about me, how she even found me. She said, "I still have access to some of her accounts. I shouldn't, I know that. But after everything, I needed to know. And I saw messages between her and your husband, and I saw your name. I looked you up. I know that sounds insane, but I had to come here because if I didn't, I'd regret it." I didn't know what to say. I just waited. Rachel reached into her purse and pulled out a USB drive. She set it on the coffee table between us. She said, "This is everything. Emails, messages, screenshots, videos." I stared at it. I didn't touch it. She said, "Simone and I were together for 5 years, married for 3. I thought we were happy. I thought we had a future. Then I found out she was sleeping with a married man, a guy from her gym. She said it was a mistake. She said she'd end it. I forgave her. Like an idiot, I forgave her. Rachel's voice cracked. She looked down at her hands. She said, "But she didn't stop. She just got better at hiding it. I found out about 2 more, both married, both with kids. She'd tell me she was working late or going to visit her sister, and she was with them. When I finally confronted her with proof, she didn't even apologize. She said I was boring, that I didn't excite her anymore, that she needed more." Rachel looked up at me. Her eyes were red, but she wasn't crying. She said, "Your husband isn't special to her. He's just another one. She does this. She finds men who are vulnerable, who feel stuck, who want to feel young again, and she makes them feel seen. She's good at it, really good. But it's not real. It's a game." I asked her what was on the drive. She said, proof of all of it. Messages between Simone and at least 6 different men, married men. She'd send the same texts to all of them. "I miss you. I can't stop thinking about you. She doesn't understand you like I do." There were emails. One from my husband. He'd sent her a message 3 months ago that said, "I think I'm falling in love with you." Simone replied, "I know." That was it. 2 words. There were videos, 15 of them, filmed from angles the men didn't know about, in hotel rooms, in her bedroom. I couldn't watch them all. I got through 2 before I had to stop. One of them was Jeff. I recognized his voice before I saw his face. He was sitting on the edge of a bed, shirtless, talking to someone off camera. He said, "I don't know how to leave her. I don't know how to tell Emma." Simone's voice, soft and sweet, said, "You don't have to figure it out today, baby. We have time." I closed the laptop. I went into the bathroom and I threw up. I haven't opened it since, but I haven't deleted it either. It's sitting on my desk, right next to the divorce papers. I keep thinking about Rachel, about why she gave it to me. Was it revenge? Did she want me to blow up Simone's life the way Simone blew up hers? Or was it a warning? Was she trying to save me from making the same mistakes she did? I don't know what to do with it. My lawyer says it could help in court. It proves infidelity. It proves a pattern. It could affect custody, alimony, everything. But it also means other people will see it. Jeff's family, my family, maybe even Emma someday. And part of me wants him to suffer. Part of me wants to send it to his boss, to his parents, to everyone we know. I want him to feel what I feel. I want him humiliated, destroyed. But another part of me just wants to be done. I want to sign the papers and move on and never think about him or Simone or any of this ever again. I want to protect Emma. I want to protect myself. Rachel gave me power, but I don't know if using it makes me strong or if it makes me just like them. So I'm asking you, not because I think you have the answer, but because I need to hear it from someone who isn't me. If you had this, if you had proof of everything, if you could ruin him, would you? Or would you walk away? Did Rachel do me a favor, or did she just pass me a bomb I don't know how to defuse?